Greetings to everyone. Welcome to another chapter of ACTAREBUILD podcast called Voices of ACTAREBUILD. I'm Dominika. Actually, we are based right now in Vienna, and here in studio is Juraj, originally from Slovakia, but right now living in Belgium and time to time traveling to Paris.
Yes, and also Slovakia.
Please, can you explain us your research, like what your research focuses on, and where are you based right now?
Yeah, so first of all, I'm very happy to be here with you. Yeah, and my research can be described as an intersection between architecture and acoustics and material engineering.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I'm working on the development of composite material that would represent the body of the resonator. And also I'm focusing on the use of waste materials, mostly waste plastics. And we can say that, like, for this acoustic aspect of my topic, I'm based in KU Leuven, which is my main institution. And for material engineering part, I'm working at EPF Paris and also STU Bratislava.
Amazing. Can you tell us in which state of your research are you right now? Like, in which year of PhD are you?
Yeah, well, right now it's more than 1 year. I started in April 2023 at KU Leuven.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically now it's 1 year and few months.
Great. How are you enjoying like this life in foreign country?
Yeah, this is my first experience to be abroad, and I'm really very grateful for it. Really, it's very enriching for me. Yeah, Belgium is a nice country. Like, the most of people would probably complain about weather, but me personally, I don't have problem with this.
Yes.
Also, I would say that I enjoy nature and food in Belgium. Maybe the only aspect I don't really enjoy is that, at least in Leuven, all people are in a rush somehow. When they are not cycling in really like very high speed, they like run or something.
So everyone is in the movement, right?
Yes, exactly. When I'm in Slovakia or Paris, like, people are more like chilled and slowly walking, and maybe this is something I prefer.
Cool. But back to your professional life, can you tell us, like, how is your research integrating in academic context, and also can you answer the question, like, which gaps of research are you trying to cover?
Yeah. So, well, in academia context, I would say I'm trying to answer some like research gaps from both fields, acoustics and material engineering. From acoustic side, well, we know that when we place some porous material or sound absorbing material into the cavity of the resonator, it can like increase sound absorbing properties of the resonator. But mostly used sound absorbing material is, for example, mineral wool. But in my research, we are trying to find out how it is when we place plastic granules inside of the resonator. And from the material engineering part, we are trying to like measure properties of composite material, lightweight concrete, with some content of plastic granules, and also to see like what is the impact of aging, for example, like whether on this concrete, because we are thinking later about the application of such elements in outdoor environment.
And this kind of experiments, are you performing it in a laboratory or like in like real life scenarios?
Well, for now, only in laboratories. Yeah, these acoustic parts we can measure in cone tube, smaller samples, and in the reverberant room, like bigger samples, resonators.
Yes.
Yeah, I did both kind of measurements already, but still a lot of work ahead. And so it's in Leuven. And material engineering part, I'm working mostly at EPF Paris.
Yes.
Yeah, lab in Saclay. There is like amazing lab where we can measure mechanical properties of this lightweight concrete. It's really very interactive. And
So have you already been there?
Yes, I've been already there 2 times. Yeah.
have you already experienced any exciting adventures in your PhD life, also like concerning private life, but also research?
Well, both these fields, like when I'm talking about professional life, both these fields are new for me. Like every day something new. Yeah, of course, there's like some programming skills, So, but some specific memory, every time I was afraid that I will destroy some machine,
Yes, yes.
yeah. But fortunately, it was not this case, till now. For example, quite interesting was that I was supposed to find like a huge amount of plastic granules for my experiments because I wanted to fill resonators with these granules, right? And I thought it's very easy to find some like a huge amount of polystyrene, exactly. So I asked supermarkets in Leuven if they have some kind of polystyrene waste available. But yeah, in like almost all of them, they said me like, no, it's not possible. But then the very last day, I found a huge box full of, it's called Flopak granules. And they were just perfect for this experiment. So I was lucky after all.
Yeah, exactly. That's cool.
Yeah.
Tell us, how do you envision your research contribution to the overall goal of ACTAREBUILD project?
Yeah, so as we know, the goal of ACTAREBUILD project is to like retrofit office building to dwellings, right? And we know that office buildings and buildings for living have quite different acoustic needs, right? Like
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. For flats, you need really to have quite different noise level. For example, lower, yeah, of course. So we are thinking to use these elements, resonators, in outdoor of the buildings in order to improve acoustics.
And do you think that your, let's say, final project will be used only for exterior purposes, or it also could be used in interior?
Yeah, now we are mostly thinking about exterior use. As I mentioned, we are working with plastics a lot. And from the point of view like fire safety, let's say,
I see.
it's better to use these materials outdoors because they can make some really toxic gases.
Yeah, it's understandable. Are you working on something specific at the moment that you can share with us in lab or?
So in 2 weeks, I will go to Paris once again, and then I will measure the properties of my concrete samples. Interesting is that when I was there before, I tested like samples as they were, but then another half of the samples, we put them into climatic chamber and they underwent some amount of cycles of freezing and thawing. So I'm really excited to see like how the properties of these concrete samples changed after these cycles. Yeah, so that's my plan for the end of July, let's say.
Yeah, so we are very interested to listen about your new results. It will be super cool.
Actually, I'm very excited to see like how the samples will look like after this, because it's like after several years. Yeah, so when I'm already thinking a lot about the elements that will be made from this material. So I'm really excited to see like what's the appearance of this concrete.
Cool. At the beginning, you mentioned that your research is interdisciplinary research, like you are combining, let's say, material science with acoustics, also with a little bit of architecture. Yeah. So can you tell us, like, what are the advantages of this kind of interdisciplinary approach within the ACTAREBUILD project?
Yeah, I think there are so many. For example, one of them is definitely to have, let's say, different supervisors. I have currently like 3 supervisors, not only Monika Richtarikova, but also Stanislav Vončík and Marua Marofi. And I would say each of them are extremely advanced in their field. Yeah, Monika from acoustics and Professor Vončík and Marua at material engineering. So it's very interesting like when we all are together and like discussing their aspect. Also different institutions, so I can travel and like see different labs, for example.
It's amazing. And also I think that it somehow enrich not only like your professional life, but also like your social life. Like I think that it's very, very good for you, I would say, like this traveling experience.
Yes, definitely.
You have been talking about like pros and cons of ACTAREBUILD project, of course, but would you recommend this PhD experience to other young researchers?
Yeah, like I would say if they are really passionate about research and they already have some ideas, like what can be discovered or which research gap or research question they would like to answer. I think it's very nice when it somehow is connected, like, for example, diploma thesis of student and PhD. It was not my case, but I can imagine this may be really, really good. And also especially when they can go abroad and to like visit new university, for example, and collaborate with another institutions. This is also a very good aspect.
Cool, thank you. One last question. Let's see in the future and like in your best dreams ever, can you tell us like how your final project of your PhD would look like?
Yeah, so I'm thinking about some final product. Let's say this resonator integrated into different architectural elements that would improve acoustic properties of building environment.
Great. So good luck with your research. Thank you for your time. Just to like make a small recap. So we had here Juraj from Slovakia, right now staying in Leuven in Belgium, but also time to time traveling to Paris in France, and maybe in the future we'll collaborate with a company in Barcelona in Spain. So thank you everyone for listening us. Please stay tuned with the ACTAREBUILD podcast called Voices of ACTAREBUILD. You can find us on our social media, Instagram, Facebook or LinkedIn. Thank you very much and bye-bye.